You served in the military. You were a Marine, competitive bodybuilder, got tattoos on your head, tattoos all over your body. You were a visual and physical sign of strength. If you stripped all of that away, what would be your biggest vulnerability or weakness?
I'm going to have to say I did some track, football, baseball, pole vaulted for a little bit.
You're my first pole vaulter.
Yeah.
Probably my last.
It did not last long.
Okay.
I ran at it. It bent all the way. I didn't lift off the ground, and I let go of it, and it came up in between my legs.
Knocked one of my boys back inside of me. It lifted me completely off the ground. Yeah.
So there's these classes you have to attend. People were saying, like, you know, their name, like why they're there and what's going on. It got to me, and I was like, my name's Vinnie, and I've been abusing anabolic steroids. And oh, no shit. Like, these crazy people. Would you want to bring me home to your parents? If my daughter brought me home to me, we're going to have a problem.
So you were abusing steroids. Mm-hmm. You were abusing your relationship.
Yep. You
were not the best father.
No.
Sitting here today, do you regret any of that?
All of it.
Your daughter's 10?
She'll be 10 in February.
Does she know all of this about you?
She doesn't know everything I've done. Scared for her to know.
I mean, she could see this.
Yeah.
How do you think she's going to react?
I would love to talk her through it. Help her to understand. You know, it's a lot of confusion going back and forth between parents. I went and I bought a beige security, Ruger security 9mm pistol. I carried it every day with one bullet in it. And that was my way out.
Did you say steroids ruined your life?
Yes.
What if she's watching this right now, Vinny? What do you have to say to her?
I wish I could take it all back. If I had the ability, I would make sure she was taken care of forever. And that I'm just sorry.
Welcome to the Barbells and Bourbon podcast, where strength meets comfort. I am your big, bald, bearded, barbell lifting, bourbon drinking son of a bitch, Sean. And joining me today is Vinnie Yocolano.
What's going on?
Welcome to our home, Vinny.
Thank you for inviting me.
Very welcome. You actually reached out to me.
I did.
And asked if you could come on. You said you saw
true.
Doug Connor's episode.
Yep. Dougie.
I really respect people that ask to come on here, because it's not easy to open up and be vulnerable all the time, especially for men.
Right.
We talked about this very briefly off camera, that, you know, men are kind of expected to just hide their emotions or just brush things off, rub a little dirt on it. Mm-hmm. And you kind of live that life. Okay. Well, you served in the military. You were a Marine, competitive bodybuilder, got tattoos on your head, tattoos all over your body. You were a visual and physical sign of strength. If you stripped all of that away, what would be your biggest vulnerability or weakness?
I'm going to have to say I'm my own weakness. It's my mind, probably, because what everybody sees on the outside, I will never see that. I am a 135-pound, 5'6" in high school, little kid that was just a goofball, serious about nothing. And I think what that does now is that keeps me from seeing my own potential.
Okay. So you're always going to be that small, skinny kid inside.
Always.
Insecurities?
Yes. That's the biggest insecurity.
Yeah. Is
I'm not meeting the standards of, one, what bodybuilding is. I'm not meeting the standards of what a man is, you know. So I'm very insecure about myself.
When I see someone like you, you know, I've seen your social media account. Mm-hmm. You're a big dude, right? You got the tattoos, you got the earrings. You were intimidating looking.
Yes.
When someone takes things to the extreme that you have, typically it's to mask themselves from something.
Definitely.
I'm in the same boat. When you said You are a 130 some pound, 5 foot some pound height
Yeah.
kid inside. I'm that kid too. I was 150 pounds, 6'2" when I graduated high school.
Right.
Glasses, parted hair. I was your visual nerd, like through and through. I didn't really act like one,
Okay.
but I was bullied. How do you stop getting bullied? You get bigger and you get stronger.
Yes.
But deep down, I am still that bullied kid.
Right.
But it keeps me on my toes and keeps me humble. And I remember my roots and like where it all started from.
Of course.
So
That's so it does keep me, I'm almost humble to a fault. I don't take compliments too well. I'd kind of shoo them away or laugh them off. There was actually a point of time where I would take compliments as like, maybe you're fucking with me.
yeah,
Making fun of me.
you didn't believe it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little bit of a sickness because you'll start to see people eventually look up to you. They're asking you questions for a reason. They want to know what you do or how you did it. So, yeah, I would take it as an insult.
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime I would hear, "Hey, big guy,"
Yeah.
like,
I was like, oh, who are you talking to?
me? Right?
Right.
Yeah.
I called a big dude tiny.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, totally get it, dude.
Yeah.
And we can relate a lot with that. But you're more than the muscle, the tattoos. I know very little about your story, but what I do know, I think it's going to resonate with a lot of people, men or women.
Yeah.
Because we are all, I think, hiding behind something. In today's age of social media, we see perfection
Yes.
every single day as we're scrolling through our phones. What we should be, the parents we should be, the children we should be,
Yep.
the business people we should be, the career we should have. It's all right here. And I think we are all trying so hard to meet that perfection.
Yeah.
And we are being left behind and discouraged, and a lot of people fall into depressions from it.
Very easily.
You got to learn to love yourself,
Of course.
right?
You do. It's one of the hardest people to love.
For sure. But Vinny, I want to get to know more about how you got to this point in life.
Okay.
You're a single dad.
I am.
There's a whole story behind that, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
You're judged a lot
Yes.
in your career, especially.
Yes.
You've had your managers come to you and said people are being off-putted by your appearance
Presence,
and
yep.
presence. And how does that make you feel when you hear things like you're scary or you're intimidating?
At this point, it's funny because I know how I know how I truly am. I am still that goofball. Now, when we talk about like this is all a mask, I look at it as like I'm protecting that 135-pound kid. This is the protector of
It's
him
your
now.
armor.
Yeah. But these days, it's happened so much to where it's funny now because if they just had a simple conversation with me, they'd realize there's not much to it. I just want to joke and laugh and not be serious. You know?
Yeah. Or scary.
Yeah, exactly.
And we talk a lot about judgment on this show. We're all guilty of it.
Mm-hmm.
I judge people every day,
All the time.
all the time. It's human nature. If I saw you walking through the store, I would instantly put you in a category.
Yeah. Usually it's criminal.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Like,
People
did
think
you
I'm
do
like
time?
a criminal.
I mean, I see it.
Right.
No offense, but I see it. I want to get to know you, Vinny.
Mm-hmm.
You're a good dude. We spoke for probably 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Other than that, we are complete strangers.
Yes, we are.
We're gonna have a organic conversation here, get to know each other. Where did you grow up originally?
I grew up in Monongahela, about 40 minutes south of here, basically. Constantly surrounded by family. Grew up with all my family was my neighbors. Very easygoing childhood. Being surrounded by family like that kind of gives you that. You knew what home was, so it was very nice to always have someone to go to if home didn't seem okay.
So both your parents were in the home.
Yep.
Any siblings?
I have an older brother and 2 older sisters. I'm the youngest of 4.
How was it being the youngest?
I was babied.
So not too bad.
No, that like I had told you before. My dad was like my best friend, so like I was like his right hand man for the most part. Him and my brother had kind of like a toxic relationship growing up, so it was everything he did I wanted to do. It was a very easy childhood. It's hard to remember a lot of it because of the things that I've done to kind of fuck my brain up a little bit. But I don't have anything to complain about. Now, have it like both parents in the household, they weren't the best together. So I saw a lot of fighting and arguing and hitting and throwing of stuff. But other than that, I was it's like ignorance is bliss, basically, you know, as I would be outside while all that was going on anyway. So
It's so funny. You said you had a normal childhood, and then you end it with, well, I did witness a lot of hitting and fighting, and
yeah,
which isn't normal.
no, it's not. You normalize it, I guess.
But yeah, it's your normal.
Right.
So being the youngest of four, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and you were babied, being an adult today, do you think that being babied maybe made you appreciate things a little bit less, or did you expect to have things, or were you entitled at all?
No, my dad's a hard ass. So when I say being babied, like I might not have been punished as hard as the other ones, or because we were all given the same amount of stuff. I wasn't given anything extra. I was a good kid. So I didn't do anything bad. I was afraid of my father, so that kept me on the straight and narrow. I was afraid of the repercussions of anything that would happen. And we did get in trouble, and kids shit. But
Kids do, yeah.
no, because I always say I'll be 32 in April. I've done 32 years in the Marine Corps because my dad was a Marine. He raised us that way. So it wasn't easy, but he gave structure and kind of set me up to be a man. And then you learn on later on that there's some faults in that
Sure.
of what a man is.
So you said you were afraid of your dad.
Yeah.
Was it true fear, or was it more respect?
It was a respect thing. In my family, he's viewed as like the leader. My pap died in 2019, so he's like my grandma looks for him when anything happens. Everybody always looked for him, and I always respected that, and I kind of wanted that. People feared him but respected him. They still do to this day, and that's what I always wanted that.
So your dad had this leadership role. He was the hard-nosed dad that you feared and respected. What was your mom's role in the family?
She was the babyer. She babied us. She was the one that like kind of like the peace. But she could also she has a mouth on her. She's had her times. But even to this day, she is my number one fan. No matter how bad things are going, she will always make sure that I'm on my feet. And I really appreciate that. I mean, I've restarted so many times, and she's been there for every single time to make sure I'm okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So did they fight because they were disagreeing on how to parent?
I just think they're so different because they're good now. I don't know if it was the stress of 4 kids and how all that was. They separated when I was 17 before I left for boot camp. And then they were just together ever since when everyone was out of the house. So it was a very weird dynamic. I never expected them to come to my boot camp graduation together, but they did. And now they live together. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you kids kind of drove them apart.
It's a possibility.
Not that it's your fault.
No,
but
right.
Yeah, just all the stress.
a lot of stress
like
in
you said.
it.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It was a very weird dynamic. It was very weird being 17 and she was gone one day. My sisters went with her. I would always stay with my dad. He wasn't going to take me away from him, but it was a very weird dynamic. It gives me a weird view on relationships now because that's not a normal thing, but it's normalized in my household at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was school like?
Tough. I didn't have any problems with people. I had problems paying attention. Grades were really bad. And, my dad, probably up until like 6th or 7th grade, he was always on me about homework. And then he started to ease up on that. And if you're giving that to me, I'm going to take that whole mile. And I just kind of stopped. I did what I had to do to pass because I knew what I wanted to do. It wasn't college. And I was a class clown. And thinking about it now, I probably joked so much because school was hard and I didn't want to admit
You're
it.
just playing it off.
Right, because
with
I see my
humor,
friends getting good grades, and I was like, I'd like to get that.
So being a class clown, everyone probably loved you. Do you have a lot of friends?
I did, yeah. We were all pretty close. Because we were into sports, so that's kind of who I hung around. That was my outlet.
What sports did you play?
I did some track, football, baseball, pole vaulted for a little bit.
You were my first pole vaulter.
Yeah,
Probably my last.
It did not last long.
Okay.
I got hurt pretty bad doing it. It's a funny story. We was in practice, and the stick that I had to use, it goes by body weight. I was bending too much, so we went up to a little bit bigger of a stick, and I ran at it. It bent all the way. I didn't lift off the ground, and I let go of it, and it came up in between my legs, knocked one of my boys back inside of me. It lifted me completely off the ground.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I was getting bounced in front of the whole like track team on the ground. And I walked off that day. I didn't do it anymore.
Yeah, that's probably a good reason to quit.
There was no reason for me to be doing that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's a terrible story, but
It
it's
was
very fun.
fun.
So you got by.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't really apply yourself. You had a hard time paying attention. It's not that you weren't smart. School just what the structure of it wasn't for you.
Not at all. If you like looked at my life, a lot of people would probably say I'm lazy, but it's only if I'm not interested in it, I can't give it anything. Because you can't say I'm lazy with weightlifting, bodybuilding, but everything else, and I don't do much. I train, I work, and nothing much else.
I think that's normal though.
Yeah.
It's hard to give your full effort if it doesn't interest you.
Exactly.
I think that's why a lot of people are not happy with their jobs, and
Mm-hmm.
it's paying the bills, but
Yeah.
it's not their dream job or their passion.
No, it's not.
So you're just going to work.
You gotta
getting
do
by.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So out of school, obviously you went to be a Marine.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that whole process and your first time at boot camp and such.
That's probably the most normal feeling. The scary thing was being away from home for the first time. I was 18. But you see everybody around you going through the same exact thing. It makes it a little bit easier. Like we talked, I'm Italian. I come from an Italian family. So the yelling was not anything new to me. I made sure I was physically fit going into it. Running, pull-ups. I knew that was never going to be a problem. It was just going to be the mental part. First day in boot camp, you're getting screamed at automatically. You have to have your head down. You're not allowed to see where you're going. So we had no idea where the entrance to the base was. Had no idea how to get off until you graduated. They come on the bus screaming at you. We get off, get on the yellow footprints, and you're awake for almost 3 days. It's kind of like sleep deprivation. It's where you're doing all your paperwork. Things I signed up for, I have no idea to this day. I was donating money to something. You're just signing. Yes, sir. Sign. But it was that was the most fun I've had in the Marine Corps, and it was some of the hardest stuff.
That sounds ironic to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, I don't know how realistic it is from what you see in the movies.
Right.
But it doesn't seem like it's a fun place to be.
The closest one is probably Full Metal Jacket, if you've ever seen it. That's pretty accurate. They can't hit you anymore, but they put hands on you. It's not a punch to the face, but it's when drill instructors go a little bit too far, you see one day they won't be there. They're getting in trouble and they have to do some extra work, and then they'll come back. So it's I miss it even to this day, and it's been since 2012.
So it felt like home to you as soon as you showed up.
It did. I loved it. I loved every bit of it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What did you learn the most? I mean, you knew what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're obviously physically fit. You knew what mentally to expect. You expected to be yelled at and,
Right.
you know, pushed around, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
What did you learn the most from it?
Coming out of boot camp, everything kind of felt different after that. The little things didn't seem so big anymore. Kind of how to push through. I think that's what keeps me going to this day. Just to get through boot camp, you'd go from, all right, let's get to breakfast, let's get to lunch, let's get to dinner, let's get to bed. So that's kind of how I operate through my day. Let me get to this point, this point, this point until it's done.
Setting small goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just getting to the next goal. I want to say it taught me how to be a man, because there was people I looked up to in there, the drill instructors, and you want to emulate that. But the biggest takeaway was just adapting to things, which is weird to say because I didn't adapt too well going from the military out. So it prepares you to adapt for the suck, but it doesn't really prepare you too well to adapt back to civilian life.
It's kind of like a prisoner being released in a way.
Yeah, you feel more comfortable when things are chaotic. We're always supposed to be in like a red stress level state of mind, and I operate best like that. I don't operate when things are calm or easy. When shit hits the fan, I feel the most calm and centered.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're comfortable in the structure,
Yes,
in the routine.
I need that.
Okay, so I was going to ask you, what happens if your routine is thrown off?
I feel depressed when it's like that. I tend to go to everything that's harmful. So anything that takes me out of my mind, anything that takes me out of what's going on at the moment, I like to disconnect. And I don't really know how to change that. I don't know how to get, like, if it's a rut where nothing's happening, like finishing my last show, I'm kind of in that rut right now. I don't have something to look forward to right now. So everything I'm doing, it's just trying to get through.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you've fallen into being in that lost state?
Really bad eating habits. I was using alcohol to fall asleep. That came from, got really bad with my last relationship and everything. So it's, I don't know. It's tough. I try to do anything that makes me not feel what I'm feeling at the moment.
Just numb yourself.
Exactly.
Okay. What made you get into bodybuilding? Obviously, you were this small kid,
Mm-hmm.
you know. What kind of drove you towards fitness?
My dad bought me a set of 3-pound dumbbells when I was very little. He would have me do workouts before I can go outside and play. I always saw pictures of him when he was younger. My biggest inspiration was Franco Colombo. I was a short Italian kid. He was a short Italian guy. He looked awesome. And I loved it when it was not cool to love. It was made fun of. People would think it was weird that that's all I wanted to do. I get home from school, I wanted to train in the basement. But when I was younger, I wanted to be a bodybuilder. That wasn't supported too good by my parents. My dad would always say, you know, those guys are on steroids. That's why they look like that and all this stuff. So I kind of kept that in my mind. I just wanted to look like one. I always told myself I didn't want to be a bodybuilder, but after stepping on the stage for the first time, I realized that was just a fear of being judged. Can I be what these guys are on stage? I had that fear in my mind that I couldn't size up to them, you know?
Had you ever felt that fear of being judged up until that point?
I'd have to, yeah. But it wasn't by other people. It was judgment from, like, I mean, the person I looked up to was my dad. So it was like judgment from him.
Did you ever feel like you were good enough to your dad?
No. I've seen it when I became a Marine. I saw the pride. I loved that. I loved seeing that in him. But then I saw it go away when I wanted to get out. It was disappointment. So it was very, he was kind of, I would say he was living it through my eyes, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think would have happened if you wouldn't have gone into the military and you wanted to be a veterinarian? Like, how do you think your dad would have handled that?
I think he would have had a lot of doubts of anything else I could do. But I don't think there would have been any pushback. I needed the military, because I mean, when I graduated high school, they gave me my diploma, but I got a letter in the mail saying I needed to attend summer classes. But I was like, I'm leaving. I'm not doing that. So like, I don't know what I would have done. I've never taken an SAT. I don't even know what my score would be. So
Yeah.
I never tried that. So it's hard to say. I probably would have had to do just labor work. Yeah.
So what'd you do out of the military? What was your next step as far as finding a career or growing up?
That's where the hardest part was. Like I said, the adapting part to getting out, I lost all sense of purpose. This was where we'll get into the PED side of this now, because it's kind of what led to all this. A couple years before I got out of the Marine Corps, I found steroids, basically. I went from that 135-pound person to a 230-pound person, and it got very addicting. So everything from that point on, I wanted to get out. My first option was, my buddy created like a clothing brand. We were in the Marine Corps together, and I was like, oh, I'll go do this with him. That was the first thing I wanted to do when I got out. It didn't work out. I worked for a supplement shop down in Jacksonville, North Carolina. I was like sponsored by the shop while I was in the Marine Corps. I worked for him for a few months, but I was losing my mind. It was starting to affect me mentally. Everything that I was taking, getting out, not living up to the standard of what I was as a Marine. It felt like everything that I have done up to that point was just gone.
You didn't know what your purpose was.
I had no purpose. And I had a daughter. She was born in 2016. I got out in 2017. So I had a little baby. I was married. The steroids were coming from a woman that I caught the attention from, and from a bench press competition I did. And that turned south very quick. I started getting them for free. So now I'm living with, the motto of the Marine Corps is Semper Fi, always faithful. I was not living a faithful life whatsoever. I was doing my wife wrong, failing my daughter as a father, because all I cared about was getting bigger and getting that attention.
Because you never got it.
Never.
As a kid.
Yeah.
And it was addicting when you finally did.
Very addicting. And it came very easy at that point. So it was a mental battle with me the entire time, but for some reason it didn't outweigh my morals. It was taking over everything, and it started to spiral even worse and worse from there.
So you were abusing steroids.
Mm-hmm.
You were abusing your relationship.
Yep.
You were not the best father.
No.
You were, let's say you had tunnel vision. You were very selfish.
Very selfish.
You were getting what you wanted, and that's all that mattered.
Yeah.
What ended up breaking your marriage off?
There's a pretty long gap in between that. So from 2017, my ex-wife had left and came up to live with my parents in Pennsylvania from North Carolina. I'd stayed in North Carolina. I was still working. We'd bought a house before I got out. So I was staying there, messing around with this girl while she was up here. Then eventually, there was a point in time where it got very, very bad. I had a phone call from my father. He'd always suspected I was taking things. And I just didn't care anymore to hide it. And he had asked me on the phone. I told him, yes, I take stuff. And I think that destroyed him, because my mom had told me that he said he felt like he lost his little boy after that. And he told me to step back and look at everything I've done and how I destroyed my life. And I told him, if I do that, I will kill myself. And I hung up on him. And I didn't answer calls anymore. I didn't reply to anybody. Nobody heard from me after that. And he drove from Pennsylvania to North Carolina to come get me.
Wow.
And he brought me back.
So you were so afraid to return to the old Vinnie
Yes.
that you were like, I'd rather be dead.
I would take it out.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
So that hunger of attention was just outweighing everything.
Everything. It was seeing what the changes that had made to go from that little kid that, you know, nobody looked twice at to, I want to say something, but I was still nothing. You know, I was, but it was something that people looked at and would make comments on, and just got the attention.
You were finally respected.
Yeah, exactly.
And it sure feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good to get attention.
Right.
We are like the same person.
Is it scary?
Yeah. I never got attention either, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I started experimenting with things to make me bigger. And that attention led me down a wrong path of being unfaithful. Got divorced.
Yeah.
Same thing. But it's like in the moment, you almost don't care about the consequences because it still feels so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you always have a backup plan.
Right.
You're still going to get attention. You're still going to have your cup filled, even though your life is completely falling apart.
Gone. It was gone.
Sitting here today, do you regret any of that?
All of it. I regret the decision to start taking them. I still take stuff now because I want to compete in bodybuilding, but I do it a little bit smarter. And I think a lot of it had to do with the headspace I was in when I started as well. You cannot be in a bad place and take tren.
It's like gasoline on fire.
Very much so. It's a very dangerous place to be. But I knew the entire time, no matter if my ex-wife was afraid of me, the only person ever that would be harmed was me. I was looked at as the monster, as the piece of shit, and that's what made me want to. The only way I could protect them was to take it out, and that's what I had that on my mind every single day. Anything that was a dangerous situation, I was doing it. My anger was so bad. If you cut me off in traffic, I would follow you, and I don't care what you had in your car. A guy had a 38 special, a little snub nose. He was reaching for it, and I told him, "You're gonna have to use it." And my daughter was in the back seat of my car, bro. But I just did not care. It makes you feel unstoppable. It makes you feel like Superman. But I know I'm not. But at least if he would have done it, yeah, it would suck at first for everybody. But in my mind, that stress and that fear and that not knowing where I'm at, what I'm doing, is all gone. The only way I could be a good father was to not be around.
Wow. So your steroid abuse went past the physical damage. You were mentally fucked.
And when I told you, like, it's hard to remember things of childhood, my daughter will be 10 in February. And there is a lot of her being a baby that I don't remember. If I didn't have the pictures and the videos, I can't recall it. And that's either from the drugs or just being so blind with rage about everything. It's the most exhausting feeling, even to bring it up. I can feel the exhaustion from it. And I didn't care. I didn't care about anything.
Or do you think it was you were so focused on yourself that you don't remember those memories?
Yeah.
Because all you were worried about was looking better, getting bigger,
Mm-hmm.
not killing someone,
Right. And not
being a
killing myself.
protector. Yeah. Wow. You said you would take it all back.
Mm-hmm.
But then you wouldn't have loved how you look, or would you have? I know it's speculation, but
That's tough. That is tough. Would I? It's I wouldn't have known what I would look like. So I guess it would be just not knowing. I wouldn't have known that I could be the size that I am. I wouldn't have known what that would look like, what that would bring from other people. But it was, I have always talked, I talked about steroids as a young kid. You saw that Bigger, Stronger, Faster movie, and like even though that's something that should steer you away from it, it's like,
it made you want to do it even more.
Looks cool. Then my dad never did it. No one that I knew ever did it. I never knew anyone on it. But something about it, I have no idea, and I didn't know what it would have been like. And the first time I ever pinned myself, I didn't know how much to take. I Googled where to put it, and I was stabbing myself with. I started with 18 gauge needles. I was harpooning my legs.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So like, with testosterone, I would go through bottles like crazy, 3 cc's every single pin. Yeah.
Bro,
It
that's
was-
a full syringe.
Loading myself up with everything. I had a sock drawer full of stuff that I just was trying. No knowledge on it, not knowing what it was doing to me, because you don't start out with the mental issues. It starts off like a new relationship. It's the honeymoon phase.
It's like I gained 5 pounds in 3 days.
Super fucking easy.
Let's keep going. Yeah. Oh man, like it's like looking in a mirror, dude.
It's very scary how when I had my supplement store, I got the chance to deal with a bunch of young kids, and you see things like the Trend Twins and all this stuff, and it looks cool to be big and jacked at 19, 20 years old. But you also see now bodybuilders dying at 30, 32. I'm going to be 32.
Does this scare you?
I start to think about it a lot more. Where if this was 5 years ago, you probably wouldn't have wanted me in here. I don't think anyone would have wanted to be around me. I didn't want to be around anybody. I just wasn't a good person. But it is scary because I want to be around for my daughter. Now I have the view and the mindset where before I needed to die to be better for her. Now I need to be here because there is nobody else that will protect her like I will.
No. Now this show is not about bodybuilding. Yes, I do have bodybuilders on this show. Yes, the name of the show is Barbells and Bourbon. Body dysmorphia is a real thing that affects a lot of people. Bodybuilders or not. Women, men, everyone wants to look perfect. And again, we talked about social media.
Yep.
That's a huge factor that is driving that chase for perfection. Seeing yourself in the mirror week after week, looking better and better, bigger and bigger, you're getting more confident. You're getting cocky. You're now mentally changing into a person that doesn't match what the physical is or what's inside as the 130-pound kid.
Right.
It can be a very dangerous place. People are getting plastic surgery every day, Botox, implants. People are injecting oils into their bodies to make them look like they have bigger muscles.
Right.
It's a sickness.
Very
Ozempic, because people just don't want to put the work in.
Yep.
Ozempic is supposed to be for people who suffer with health issues.
Yeah.
Not for the soccer mom who
To lose a couple pounds, right?
doesn't want to give up her, girls' nights and wine nights and literally having their cake and eating it too.
Exactly.
And it's killing them.
Yeah.
But the chase for looking perfect outweighs that fear of long-term health issues, which is exactly what you went through.
Yeah.
The circumstances didn't matter to you. As long as you looked and felt like Superman,
Yes.
it outweighed everything.
Everything. I had a heart attack at 22 years old. And that did not stop me.
Oh my God.
It didn't even slow me down. I did not care. because if I was to lose what I was getting, it became my identity. So then I would definitely lose any sense of anything. If I was known for anything, it was for being strong and being big. And I was never, ever known for that. I was known to love weightlifting. My dad always said, he would say I looked like a healthy POW in high school. You know, like I was just skinny, like the tiniest waist. I could fit a little rubber band around my waist. I was just running, weightlifting, and, you know, like the beach body muscles. I was never known for legs. I had to tear my pecs to get legs.
What?
I tore my pecs and I just started doing legs 3 days a week. And that's where they blew up.
Because that's all you had
to
do. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's very funny that anyone that knew me in high school, they would always laugh. They'd be like, I looked like a prison body, you know, bigger up top, tiny legs. It's like, you can't laugh about that now.
So you admit that that was your identity,
Yeah. I still feel like it is today.
but you would still take it all away.
I would.
Do you really believe that?
I do. The past, from 2017 to today, has been a lifetime. And it has been white knuckling it, getting through it, and just reliving all that bad shit. I don't want it. And I would, if I could go back and not accept anything and just try to learn to be happy with what God gave me, I would do that. Now, I'm not saying I would still be married to the same woman. Maybe that was gonna end anyway. I just sped it up and I hurt her in the process. I wish I never did that. She didn't deserve to be hurt. She didn't deserve to be lied to. Now our relationship is very toxic now, but that's what comes with custody. That's just the nature of that. I see people that do it very well. We are not those people.
Does she live near the
No.
area? No?
So when I got out of the Marine Corps, she joined the Air Force in 2018. That was her way of getting away from me, starting a life without me. So she's down in Georgia now. She's married. And I get my daughter all summers. If she deploys, I get her for the full deployment. We alternate holidays as best as we can. And now my life is strictly just fighting to be a father.
Your daughter's 10?
She'll be 10 in February.
Does she know all of this about you?
She doesn't know everything I've done. Scared for her to know, but I also don't want to keep it from her. I'm trying to show her what kind of man to look for when she gets older. And I feel like if she was to know how I was to her mom, how I was as a dad, I feel like that would ruin everything. But I don't want to keep anything from her. She's lied to a lot, you know, just... I want her to know if it could either be a story of, look where my dad came from, or wow, you caused all this. So she views me as Superman, and I want to keep that as long as I can.
I mean, she could see this.
Yeah.
How do you think she's going to react? Like you said, it could go one way or the other.
It could go either way. I'm prepared for it. You know, I would love to talk her through it, help her to understand. You know, it's a lot of confusion going back and forth between parents. So, you know, I would like her to have her mind at ease that this is why it's this way, and it's okay that it's this way right now.
What do you think Mom tells her about you?
The last thing she knows me as is a monster. So that's what I'm portrayed as. I hear all the time that, you know, Mommy doesn't want me to do this because you'll get mad. Mom, it's always that Daddy's going to get mad. Daddy gets angry. And she paints that picture very well.
Does your daughter believe that?
My daughter is the only person on this planet that does not fear me. We have the most fun together. She's my best friend. She just wants to be with me.
I mean, I don't know your daughter at all, but, you know, if she would happen to see this, or like you said, you'd like to talk her through it and you were going to have that conversation one day, I think she would see the good side of it.
I think for most of her coherent childhood, I have been a loving and caring father. She won't remember what it was like when she was 1, 2, and 3 years old. What she's going to see is that, I hope she sees, Daddy never quit. I always tried to be there. I got her as much as I could, and I would do anything to make it happen to be able to be there with her. I'm still fighting to this day to get the time I deserve with her.
Were you around much when she was younger?
I mean, she was very young when I got out of the Marine Corps. But after that, yes, I was around, but not mentally. I was not there emotionally. And any chance I had to not be at home, I would go away. I didn't play with her as much, and it's very sad to think about. I missed the little baby, you know, and a lot of it's not remembering things, and a lot of it was just not being there for her.
It sounds like you're doing your best to make up for lost time.
Very much so.
And that's all you can really do.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're still that absent father.
Mm-mm.
You know, yeah, you're physically apart.
Right.
But you said every day you look forward to her phone call.
I make sure I get my call, and that's a battle in itself. She sometimes doesn't let her call me. She'll make excuses as to why she can't. But I will stay up till midnight until I get a message back that, oh, she's asleep. I just need to know where she is. I need to know she's okay. I need to know that she knows that I didn't just not call her, just couldn't get a hold of you, you know?
You see a lot of stories about, and I don't want to make this one-sided,
Mm-hmm.
about, you know, women talking shit on men.
No.
Or, you know, the dads or the exes. It happens a lot where the man's trying to do the right thing, but the woman's feeding the child all of this toxicity, because if that's their real relationship with you,
Right.
and they're trying to
It's the
paint
last
you as
thing
a
she
monster,
remembers. Yes.
right? As that woman, wouldn't you want your child to love their dad and look up to their dad? Why would you want your child to hate your father just because of your own opinions of them?
That's that's a question I ask myself all the time. What, just because there was things between me and you, our only focus has to be her now. And we just can't click on that level.
You said she remarried.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that maybe that act would get her to kind of let all that go.
It has not let up at all. Not at all. The last time I dropped her off, I had her for Thanksgiving. I drive down to North Carolina. They meet me there. And I said I wanted to take them to get food. To this day, she does not look at me. She would not respond to any question that I said. Her husband was the one answering for her and all this stuff. And that's got to the point to where she has him thinking I'm some kind of monster. And a couple weeks ago, he said that he had in a text message that he has everything he needs to take my daughter away from me. So that turned from he for a while he was a mediator between me and her. And then it just went south.
I hate to ask this question,
Mm-hmm.
but what if they did take her away? What would you do?
When I got that text message, it took every single bit of me. I had to get wasted that night. I was going to drive to Georgia. It was my dad telling me, if you do that, you will not have your daughter. You will be in jail. And it's very hard to take the high road, because sometimes taking the high road makes you feel like those people are getting over on you because you're being silent. You're not giving them what they want, so they feel like they're winning. I don't like that feeling.
I'm getting angry and I'm not even in that situation. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
You feel like you're being weak
Yes.
and you're a pushover.
Right. And that's my daughter. So I'm on FaceTime with her the past couple weeks. I have been told she's afraid of him because he drinks. She says he's nice when he's not drinking. She's afraid of him when he drinks, and he drinks a lot. And hearing these things, I feel like I'm failing her because I am supposed to be that thing in between her and the world. And it's like I'm letting her live with someone that she's afraid of.
Oh, so her current husband is the one that your daughter's afraid of.
Yes. And she would sit and say these things with her mom right there. And I would say, do you hear what she's telling you? She goes, she doesn't mean it. The things that I have a recording of my daughter of something that he called her. She said that they were in an argument. They were yelling back and forth, and he told her to go to her room. And he called her, she said out of her own mouth, he called me a fucking rat.
Dude.
I was livid. But the moment I show anger, she wins. This is the most emotional thing I'll ever go through. This will tug on every single fiber of my being. But the moment I show what she has described me as, I lose. And that's happened already. It's happened twice in court. And it doesn't help going into court looking like this with tattoos on my neck and on my head. And they're like, oh, he's a piece of shit. He yells. He's an abuser. I'm like, no, I'm not. Sometimes I was like, I don't believe myself when I say no, I'm not. Because like I see what they look at.
Yeah.
So she has it very easy as portraying me as what she wants. I gave her the ammunition.
And that's not enough for you to change how you look.
No, because I'm in a place now to where bodybuilding helped with this. Competing in bodybuilding helped with this. There's a point to it now. It's not just vanity. It's not just, what people look at me and think. It's, I want to be good at this now. There's a point to it. When before my first show, I told my coach, his name's Matt. He's like my best friend. He's my first best friend since the Marine Corps.
I know who Matt is.
Yeah. He looks out for me more than anybody. He cares more about my health than anybody, probably more than myself. And I told him, I'm 30 years old. If I don't do it now, I probably won't be able to do it. I hurt myself constantly, torn muscles, all this stuff. If I don't do it now, I probably won't be able to, and I'll never know. I asked him to prep me for a show, and if I don't look like a bodybuilder, tell me not to do it. And he's very honest. He's very blunt. He's cut and dry. I love having him as a coach for that reason. He's not going to sugarcoat anything. If I'm looking fat, he'll tell me. If I'm failing in something, he'll tell me. And he has believed in me before I even was lean. He thought I had it. And that gave me purpose with why I look like this. Before I didn't have a purpose for it. There was no reason for me to be strong. There was no reason for me to be big. So it kind of directed all that of, I look like this now because I'm choosing to. I want to do this, and I want to see how far I can go with it. So it's, if I can go in front of a judge and I can be proud of myself, I can not care what they view me as. I'm a little bit more set in myself of who I am now.
So when you look in the mirror today, Vinnie, do you love what you see?
It's a double-edged sword. Depends. When you go from the extremes of 5% body fat to starting to have to grow and grow and grow, you have to learn how to love each phase of it. Not really.
I don't mainly mean the physical.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Do you love who you are?
I love who I am in my heart. I know where my heart is in every single thing that I do. I love that. I don't love the battle between my heart and my mind. I'm very self-destructive. I don't love that. My heart is on my sleeve. I don't love that. I'm very easy to attack. There are aspects of me that I don't like, but, and this took a while, my mom helps me a lot with this. She knows who her son is. I think every mom knows who their son is. And she will tell me every day. She left a note on there's a chalkboard in my kitchen. It says, I'm a good man, I'm a loving man, I'm a caring man. And I know that's who I am. I will help anybody. Even at the expense of myself, I will help you. So I love that. There is a mental aspect of me that I don't like. I think mentally I can be weak sometimes.
Is that a bad thing, though? I think that weakness, we'll call it vulnerability.
That was what was in my mind.
I think it's good, especially where you've come from. You had zero vulnerability before.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the human aspect was just taken out of you. Yeah. But that vulnerability has put the human back in you. It's probably made you a more loving, caring father. Yeah. It's probably going to make you a more loving, caring partner in whatever relationship that you pursue next.
Yeah.
Right? It's okay to have a little weakness.
Yeah.
Right?
I would say so. It's hard to, when you're in the box, it's kind of hard to see it from the outside in. And like I told you on the phone, I spend most of my time alone. So it is kind of hard to step out. If I was able to unzip and step out and kind of, get an aerial view, maybe I would see that all the time. But it is hard to see that. It's nice to hear somebody say it, because it's tough to be in that sometimes.
Words of affirmation. That is what drove you to the extremes of steroids.
Yeah.
Right? It was just that drug that you kept wanting to hear how big you were, how strong you were, how jacked you were.
Yeah.
Now you just want to hear, you're a good person.
That to be told I'm a good dad almost makes me cry every single time. And that was I was recently in a relationship. She left September 19th. She was a young girl. She was 21.
It's a big gap.
It's a big gap. Started off very well. She saw the stuff I was going through with my daughter. She would reassure me every day, I'm a good dad, I'm doing the right things. Because at that time, so my ex-wife had deployed a year ago. I mean, almost to the day, a year ago. It was probably the highest point of my life for a very long time. I had just got told I was going to have my daughter for the rest of the school year. I had her for 6 or 7 months. I had asked this girl to go on a date. She agreed. I called Matt. I call him all the time. I was like, dude, things are going so. He was so happy for me. How I met her was she was in a show. One of my athletes, Paige. She helped her with posing and stuff. She was at her show, and I saw a picture of her. And I told Matt, I was like, dude, I just saw this chick. I was like, she's the prettiest thing I've ever seen. And he's like, I saw her on stage, and I thought when I saw her, I was like, she'd be perfect for you. So the way we met was very, very weird. She lives in Ohio, and I saw that she baked protein snacks, and I was like, I'm going to order some protein snacks. And it just, she was working at a vitamin shop in, I think, Monroeville. And she was like, I'll just bring them to you. She came to my shop, and just instant like that, our connection was, I was scared because I don't know how to talk to 20, 21-year-olds. It's very, very hard, especially with my background and where I come from. I didn't go to college, so it's just very different. I have a very different life than what she had. When she was 10, I was starting the Marine Corps, so it's very fucking weird.
Yeah, totally different generation.
But she showed me like maturity, and she like, at times I was like, you're a lot more mature than I am. She has her head on her shoulders like really well. And she would always reassure me, you're a good dad, you're a good man. I'm a gentle giant. When she sees me, she just sees a teddy bear. That's who I am. But then there were times where I got angry. And that's a lot of what I'm going through. It's very hard to forget about everything going on with my kid. It's very hard to, and at that time, my business was starting to go under. I wasn't pulling in the money, and I was losing. Phase Up Nutrition was the one thing I had that was mine. I didn't have a house that was mine. All I had was my clothes and my vehicle. This was one thing that I could be proud of. It was mine. I built it from nothing, and I was losing it. And I just didn't handle myself. In arguments that shouldn't have been arguments, I didn't handle myself well. My patience was thin, and she was starting to become afraid of my mood swings that I would have.
That's why she left?
Yeah. I just started this job selling cars. I was doing it for 2 weeks, and she sent me a text message saying, "I pray you get the help you need. Goodbye." Never heard from her again.
No shit.
She had left a letter saying that she loves me. She just has to love herself more. There's nobody else. She said, "You can be rest assured. I'm okay. I have a roof over my head." She was just gone. The whole house, because I had moved her in with me from Ohio, and the whole house was empty when I got home.
How did you feel?
That I'm still kind of running off of it now. It's probably the lowest point in my life.
That was a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm. September 19th, 12:41 p.m. I got a
It's
message.
fresh if you remember the day and time.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you lost? I mean, you're a competitive person.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you've lost when someone leaves you?
There's a perfect way to put it. I lost, and when I start to look back and think of like, man, if this argument just went, if I would have just had a little bit more patience, a little bit more grace, a little bit more understanding, because at the point when we were dating, I'm tired of arguing. So when something so little can seem so big, just because I'm tired, and I didn't take the time to work on that.
Poor communicator.
Very poor. I hold most of it in until it gets to the point where it boils over. It's almost like feeling like a burden.
I think the age gap plays a little bit of a role.
Yes. I don't think she could fully grasp everything I was going through. Custody, a business, dealing with everything from marriage to divorce to business to getting out of the Marine Corps. That's a lot of stuff. And I gave her everything very early. I wanted her to know everything about me because I was afraid of that age gap.
That was my next question is, did she know about your past?
So on the drive home from our first date, I was taking her back to her car, and I opened up about everything. I wanted her to know the good, the bad, the ugly, so that she had the choice then and there to either stay or run. And I cried on that drive. I've never had somebody grab me and say that she loves everything I went through because it made me who I am the person sitting there with her then and there. I've never felt that. And that's what made it really hard to lose is it was really good. It was really refreshing. It was like a breath of fresh air.
Dude, you finally found acceptance.
Mm-hmm.
You have your daughter who accepts you for who you are, regardless of the shit that her mom tells her about you. This girl who accepted you for who you were. Your mom accepts you for who you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have too many people in your life that accept you for who you are.
No.
Very small circle.
Yeah.
And you lost one of them.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was a blow.
It was worse than getting divorced. It was the worst breakup. I haven't had many relationships. I was married very young. I had a girlfriend after her that was a 3-year relationship that turned bad. But this one it felt different. I was happy. And from the get-go, I was asking myself, how are you going to fuck this up?
Do you feel like you fucked it up?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you fucked up all your relationships?
I am the common denominator.
Does that scare you when
It-
you to pursue another relationship? Like
It
you're gonna
does.
fuck it up again?
It does. I feel like there are 3 women in my past that would have been better off without me. And this last one was a very, very hard blow. Yeah. And there's no way to get in contact with her.
Do you forgive yourself for all of your failed relationships?
From my divorce, I have forgiven myself a very long time ago. There is nothing left in that because she turned it, she's getting her blows and she's got her blows. I have paid 10 times over for my mistakes in that. The relationship after, there was trauma on both ends. Custody was very heavy on my mind, so I didn't give much attention. Your problems don't outweigh my problems. So that was what it was. And it was a year before, from that relationship to the time I met her, where I felt I was okay. But what I didn't realize is I'm only okay because I don't have anyone to bounce things off of. There's nobody giving me pushback. And I didn't realize that.
That's not how relationships work.
No, it's not. And it's weird because I need somebody to push me. But when I start to get that pushback, I kind of reject it. I'm very ass backwards.
Are you viewing pushback as them trying to control you?
It's a control thing. It's also, I get very defensive. I take it as an attack. I feel like criticism or anything, I take it as an attack. I don't handle it too well. And I don't know if it's just because I'm at my wit's end or it's just I've never learned that.
I think it all stems from your childhood, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad, for instance.
Yeah.
You were used to getting criticized, but it was constructive.
Yeah.
He wanted the best for you.
Yeah.
But you knew that because that was your dad.
Right.
And
He's not out to get me.
Exactly. But I think you're taking that and assuming that all constructive criticism is a sign that you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, you're not a provider,
Right.
you're not making enough money. Like you're taking it to the extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, it doesn't have to be a negative, you're a failure.
Right.
It's just an opinion,
Yeah.
perhaps. Or they're just trying to help you.
Yeah. It feels like it's almost like I know the things they're telling me, and it's hard to hear it from them.
What if, okay, let's play a little role playing. So, Vinny, I think you should get into this line of business because the business you're in is failing. And I just think it's going to be good for you. I think it's going to be good for us. How would you view that?
That you didn't believe in me. You didn't think I could do it. You didn't think I was good enough to do what I was doing.
Okay. What if you looked in the mirror and you said that same thing to yourself? Would you take it differently coming from yourself?
Yeah. And you know what's funny about that is when I see people going through things, I can give them advice that it's almost, I'm trying to talk to myself.
Yes.
And it's such a weird thing.
And the reason I'm able to do this role play, because I am that person. I don't want to be told anything.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to save my life. It's like, let me figure it out on my own.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I take it as a sign of I'm just not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
If you are putting the energy into telling me something that is different than what I'm doing, then I'm not good enough, obviously. Right. It's not that you're trying to help me or you're trying to look out for my best interest. Oh, I'm just not good enough. Yeah. I take it to that extreme. It sounds like you do the same thing.
I do the same exact thing. Everything's 0 to 100.
Yeah.
I don't have an in-between. And it's hard to hear it from somebody that you love. Sometimes it's hard to, it's especially in it was hard to hear it for me from someone so young. How do you have this view? How can you see this about me? You know, it was tough. It was very tough. But yeah, from the get-go with her, I would always ask myself, how am I going to fuck this up?
And found a way.
And I found a way.
Well, this is a good pause to have a drink
Let's do it.
because I have another question for you after.
Okay.
Anything here that looks tempting?
Give me your favorite.
Well, some of them are unopened, so I don't even know if it's my favorite.
What's your current go-to?
Tell you what, let's open a bottle
Fresh
that I've
start.
never tried. Fresh start.
Fresh start.
It's going to be like the theme of this. It's going to be a fresh start. Let's try this Redwood Empire small batch bourbon and rye blend. 116 proof. Oh, shit. All right.
Gonna have to Uber home.
And it's about to get real. What time is it? It's 4:48. It's not that early.
Good.
I've drank on this show much earlier than this. Like when I have a guest that shows up at noon,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, am I really going to drink at 12:30? I guess so.
Sometimes you got to.
Yeah. It's all part of the show. I don't know if you know anything about bourbons,
Not too much.
but I'm a big rye fan.
Okay.
Ryes have less corn. It has kind of like a fruity, herbal taste to it.
Okay.
So I'm very curious to see what this tastes like. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. It's not bad.
That's tasty.
Felt it in my nose.
I bet you did. You're going to feel it more places than your nose here in a little while.
That is good.
You like it?
I do.
I don't know how much bourbon you drink.
That'd be good with a cigar.
I keep hearing about how good cigars pair with bourbons. I've never smoked anything
No.
ever.
I like to smoke a pipe.
Are you serious right now? The fuck? Interesting.
I sit on my porch with a pipe and a glass of Jack, and I just like to feel the wind at night.
Dude, you're an old soul.
I smoke-
Who smokes a pipe?
Yeah.
The fuck? You wear a red robe?
It's a sight.
Damn.
Yeah. I love a pipe.
I feel like I think pipe smoke smells good.
It does.
Is that how it tastes?
There's no bad taste to it. My favorite one's called Autumn Evening. It smells like a nice fall night.
Bro. If you couldn't be more like not what you see than you are right now. My God. It's like your bio on Tinder. I enjoy a pipe with the wind blowing through my
Yeah.
goatee.
Through my hair.
My God. So you have a lot of failed relationships.
Yeah.
Does that scare you to get into another one?
It does. I'm afraid to get married again. I'm afraid to ever have another child. And there's times where like I feel like I'm ready for it, but I know I'm going to screw something up. I know that mainly because I know that the battle that I'm in is not over. It's always going to be there.
You're talking about the custody battle?
Yeah, this is the biggest hurdle. This is the biggest thing in my life. And I feel like till that's over, I can't be 100% for somebody.
You're not going to be able to change what your ex does and how she handles the custody and how she views you.
Yeah.
Ever. She's always going to view you as a monster. Just assume she always views you as a monster.
Yeah.
You can't keep using that as a reason for you to not continue your life
Right.
and find happiness. Don't let her hold you back. I mean, you keep saying that if you give in, then she's won.
Yes,
She wins every day, dude,
she does.
because she's not letting you be happy. Maybe not directly,
Right.
but it's still affecting you in all your relationships.
It is. And I'll tell you one thing where the first time I ever noticed where she does not like me being happy, here's my biggest win. My dream truck was a Raptor, and I got that when we were married, and I had to get rid of it because she was a co-signer. She was going to take me to court because her name was on it, so I had to sell it. My next big win was the Ram TRX, and I got that truck. I built it, I ordered it, and I got it. She saw that, saw me happy, and she figured since I can pay for that, I can pay more child support. I had that truck probably for 4 months.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Then she took you back to court for more money.
We went back to court. It was, I was like, man. And that's what's scary too about, you have child custody stuff, correct?
We don't have any formal custody agreement.
No, nothing?
So my custody arrangement, I'm on the other side of you.
Okay.
You said there's people that deal with custody very well.
Yeah.
Others don't. We deal with it very well.
That's a beautiful thing.
It is. And I take it for granted.
It's a beautiful thing because the only person that gets hurt is the kids that are in the middle.
Yeah.
And me and her, we lose sight of that sometimes. It's not until like I get her, my daughter's name is Athena. When I get her, you can start to see the things where it's affecting her. She tries to, I hate this. She tries to take care of me. She knows when I'm sad, when I'm upset. She tries to take care of me. And I don't like that. She shouldn't have to do that. She's afraid to tell her mom that she doesn't really care for who she's with because she thinks that her mom will leave him and she won't be happy. I think she's so strong in that.
Yeah.
She at 10 years old, she's able to put her stuff aside to make sure mom and dad are okay. That's so fucked up.
It's fucked up, but it's beautiful too.
It is. That's a beautiful thing that she has. But I'm afraid that what's that going to look like in the future? Will she stick with somebody because she doesn't want to hurt them? She doesn't want them hurting, no matter what they do to her.
Dude,
You
your
know?
daughter sounds like my youngest daughter, Alexa. An hour before you showed up, she showed up with 2 energy drinks.
Yeah,
She's like, "Dear Dad, I just thought I'd bring you your 2 favorite drinks."
it's beautiful.
16 years old, you know, she's a people pleaser.
Yeah,
She wants everyone to be happy, and she will sacrifice her own happiness for it.
yeah,
Sounds like your daughter too.
very much so. And that can either be good or bad, depending on who she's pleasing.
It can be bad if people take advantage of that kindness.
Yeah, people take advantage. People mistake kindness for weakness.
So your ex, I don't want to know her name,
Yeah,
whatever, but do you think that she is still putting you through the ringer because she has not found happiness yet?
yeah. I think I don't want to sound conceited. I don't want to sound like, oh, she's still in love with me. But I think what I showed her in a marriage, I think it sticks with her.
Beyond the bad? Because there was a lot of bad,
Yeah.
a lot of anger, but there was still some good, and you think she's holding on to that good and she sees that deep down?
I don't think that. I think that she is. To me, it feels like payback. It feels like, and it's been a long time. We got divorced in April of 2019. I signed divorce papers, I think, on my birthday. And
Happy birthday, dude.
yeah, happy birthday. Man, I'll tell you what, that's I got served divorce papers in the gym in Minot, North Dakota, where she was stationed. So before that, just a little backstory on us. I fucked up. I cheated on her. 1 year after getting out of the Marine Corps, I have not progressed in life. Was doing nothing any better. Didn't have a job. I could not hold a job. I caught the attention of another girl on Facebook. I told my dad, I was like, I just need to get out of here. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, I want to get in the car and I want to drive west till I hit water. I just felt like I had to go. And this girl lived in St. Louis, and I went there. I took a Greyhound bus there. And when I got there, I didn't even want to be with that girl. I saw her and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? You're doing it all over again. Now you just left your daughter and wife at home to go do what?
You're running away from something,
Running.
from reality.
Yeah. That's funny that you say that. That's what, like, the girl before this one, she would always say that. She's like, you run from everything. And that's a very hard thing to hear because I'm viewed as I am the shield. I don't run. I run from myself. And that's a very hard thing to hear from somebody else. If you're viewed as somebody that's mentally unstable, that can't handle emotional situations, that's a fault in me, I think. So when I hear someone else say that, it kind of makes me want to run more. So I got out there, and the way my ex-wife found out where I was, because I had pulled cash out of an ATM, and she saw that on our bank account. And I called her crying, apologizing, saying, I'm sorry, I'm so stupid. I came back home. I took another Greyhound bus home. And that was her last straw. She was still telling me she loves me, keeping the family okay, until she had her way out. When she graduated boot camp, I drove to Texas with my daughter to, go see her. And she had told me at her graduation, I was already very low about myself. I had emails from my dad describing me, calling me all these things, saying if I cared more about my family than my biceps, I'd be a different person and, I'd have everything. And I was starting to take on, I'm the monster, I'm the piece of shit. That's what I viewed myself as. And when I got down there, she told me to my face, I had bought her a new wedding ring.
Thinking it was going to rekindle things.
I had, this is a cover up now, but I'd gotten a tattoo on my neck that said married man. Just wanted to show you, hey, it's never going to happen again. She didn't like any of that. She looked at me in my eyes and said, you don't even deserve to look at me. After that, she went to another school in Virginia. I was making trips every weekend to take my daughter to go see her, and she was telling me she loves me. And I was like, when she got stationed in North Dakota, I begged her. I said, please don't bring me out there if you don't think we're going to work out. She told me up and down, this is going to work. I love you. We're going to be a family. A few months living in North Dakota, military police show up at my house. She's at work. She told them I was beating her and my daughter.
What the fuck?
I was potty training my daughter at the time. She was sitting on her potty. I saw them pull up. I go outside and I go, is everything okay? They asked me if I've been fighting with my wife. I said, do you have arguments with your wife? Thinking of nothing of it. They went in and grabbed my daughter. My ex-wife pulled up with her higher-ups. She did not look at me. She said not one word to me. She went in and got a bag. They took her and my daughter to a domestic violence shelter. And I didn't know what was going on. I was kicked off base, and I was homeless in the middle of North Dakota. My mom flew out to help me. We stayed in a hotel together, finding lawyers. All I had was my motorcycle, and it was freezing cold outside. That's how I got back and forth to places. So I found a lawyer, had to pay her $7,500 to talk to me. Had to pull out credit cards. And then when I found out, because I had met with, they're called white shirts. It's her higher up. I met with him at a coffee shop and I asked what was going on. He told me that she's saying that I have beat her and my daughter. And I almost puked. This is a little girl that I can't even say no to. So I had to fight in court the fact that I am not an abusive person. I've never laid my hand on a single person. And I just sitting there defending myself as a father. She can say whatever she wants about me. So she had a protective order against me. And after court, I decided to just call her, knowing it could put me in jail. And I begged her. I said, give me 3 months. If you think I'm not worth it at 3 months, you don't have to ask me to leave. I will just go. 3 months to that day, she let me back in the house. I won court within 30 minutes of being in there. The judge saw right through it. She was pissed off at my ex-wife for even saying these things that I would even, she was pissed she brought my daughter into it. Ever since then, every time I got on base, I was treated as a criminal. I was pulled over every single time. I was berated with questions. 3 months to the day that I asked her to let me come back in, I'm in the gym and I am served papers as I walk out. Says she wants a divorce, all these terms, stipulations. And at this point, North Dakota became the place of jurisdiction. Pennsylvania was not anymore. So she had the upper hand. She also had the upper hand of, I spent $20,000 to fight this court case. I had no way of paying another lawyer. So I had to go through her stipulations and say, this can't happen, this can't happen, this can't happen. In our first custody agreement, I wrote off any future man in her life. He does not get a say. He does not get my daughter. I do not ask anyone permission to see her. I made sure that stuff was set in place. And I also was not leaving North Dakota to come back to Pennsylvania without my daughter. So I left with my daughter and closed my truck and my motorcycle. That was her first big hit. The morning the cops, the morning of the day the cops came, she kissed me goodbye. She said she loved me. This is where a lot of trust issues come with me now. Anytime my dad had called, he would be, how are things going? I said, best they've ever been. We would go to trampoline parks, do everything as a family with the baby. And then one day, they were ripped away. I was kicked off base. And I didn't know for almost 2 weeks why it was happening. So to have someone say they love you, there was a board on the side of the fridge saying, I love you, handsome. You're the best, all this stuff. And that's where this was a problem with my last 2 relationships. I watched somebody fake love me for a year, and I didn't even know it. And that was one of the hardest parts of how that ended. That kind of made me lose hope in... It made me have a bad taste in my mouth about women.
Understandably.
But it's also hard to say that because, like, she wouldn't have done that if I didn't do what I did.
Was that her payback?
It's still happening. How many years is it? It's 2026. April of 2019. So what, 8 years?
No, 7 or 8 years.
And I'm still in it.
Why did she string you along for so long?
I think it's to hurt me the way I hurt her. But how you said, like, she's married, like, why didn't it stop? If I was married to someone that was so invested in hurting their ex-husband,
I wouldn't stick around.
I would think that there's something there.
You still love that man.
Right. Because if you have no emotion towards me, why are you still doing it? Who's benefiting from it? Not our daughter. Yeah, you're getting money from me, but what else is it? What else do you want?
She doesn't want your money. She wants you to hurt.
Yeah.
Still.
And it works.
Man.
It works.
Is she bipolar?
She has the ability to shut off her emotions. She can be when she walked by when I was outside with the police, I've never seen somebody so cold. She has the ability, and my dad loved this about her. He hates that I show my emotion. He's like, he would praise her for that. Even during the thick of it, he was like, I give her props. She's able to do this, and she doesn't show emotion. She doesn't send hateful text messages. She doesn't make emotional posts. She does what she has to do. She's doing what she has to do.
Like, come on, Dad.
I was like, Jesus
Christ.
I was like, that's not your daughter. You know that, right? I was like, that was the hard part. So, I wish if it took a mediator or whatever, I wish I could sit down with her and look her in the eyes. Just she would if she opened up to it, she would feel how sorry I am. Cause I live with it, and my exes wouldn't even want to hear that. They wouldn't even want to hear that, like, I feel bad that I hurt her. That would, like, piss them off. Like, oh, why do you care? It's like, I care because it's been a very long time that it's like, it's just been kind of downhill from there. I've never cheated on anybody. I've never hurt anybody. And for some reason, I did it to the person that I decided to marry. The mother of my child. And it's like hurting her. I was like, my daughter looks just like her. I was like, it's like I'm hurting two of the same people.
Yeah.
So it was that was a cause mixed with the steroids, because I leaned heavy. When everything was shit, I knew the gym was there. I wanted to take the steroids. So my trend dose weekly was 800 milligrams.
I don't know anything about
It's a
trend
lot.
dosages, but it sounds like a lot.
It's a lot. I was completely psycho. I was hit on my motorcycle, which she helped co-sign for. And she told people that I got hit on purpose to try to kill myself. Now, she's in my hometown. People that, like, these aren't your people, and you're spreading these rumors about me. Because I knew, I was like, that's not how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do this on a motorcycle. So I was laid up. My left leg basically died. And I was losing my mind more and more after that. I got into an argument with her and my dad. I was screaming and cussing out my father. That was, I'm disgusted at that to this day. They took me to a psych ward, the VA psych ward. And I was in there because I was on crutches. I was hobbling to the car. They wouldn't let me take the car. I was telling them I'm going to kill myself, looking them in the face. So they took me to a psych ward. My entire time in there was just convincing them that I was okay to come home. I just had to get out. I couldn't do anything from in there. They made me look like a crazy Vietnam War vet. I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't walk. Scraggly. I had hair then. It was a mess. They would wheel me up to this window. And I was like, can you just keep me in my room? I don't want to be seen like this. The road rash was fusing to the sheets. I had to be ripped off all the time. I even got heckled in there. So there's these classes you have to attend. People were saying, like, you know, their name, like why they're there and what's going on. It got to me and I was like, my name's Vinnie and I've been abusing anabolic steroids. And they're like, oh, no shit. Like these crazy people. I was like, I can't escape it. So I would just, every day I'd get the payphone, call home, be like, I'm okay. I'm taking all these classes. I'm doing all this. I'm better. I want to come home. I got out. My ex-wife had moved out of the house. She was living with a friend that she worked with. I went and I bought a beige security, Ruger security 9mm pistol. I carried it every day with one bullet in it. And that was my way out. I was sitting in my car by a river, and it was my daughter that kept me from doing it. That was the turning point to where I was no longer going to be a piece of shit. That was the point where I was starting to work on forgiving myself for what I have done. I carry it to this day as a trophy. It's my sidearm, but it is the trophy that I beat. I did not let it take me. And still the attacks kept coming from her, you know. That was all before we moved to North Dakota.
It's almost like she didn't want you to get better.
No, she wins when I'm not okay. If I'm on top, she wins.
What if she's watching this right now, Vinny? What do you have to say to her?
I wish I could take it all back. I want her to know that I love her. As the mother of my child, I love her. If I had the ability, I would make sure she was taken care of forever. And that I'm just sorry. I'm very sorry. It didn't have to happen. Even if we weren't together, it didn't have to happen that way.
Would you say steroids ruined your life?
Yes. It was the one thing that made me forget everything that was instilled in me from childhood to the Marine Corps. Nothing else mattered. Nothing. It was a comfort. And how you say, like, this is the shield, this is the armor. That was the only way that I can keep that armor in my mind. Inside, I am a scared little kid. I can't let you see that. But that eats you away. It doesn't take long.
No. I feel bad for you, man. And I don't mean that in like a pity way.
Yeah.
But the internal battle that you're dealing with, even to this day, that you just can't win.
Right.
Are you seeing a therapist?
I do. I talk to a therapist almost once a week. And I even back then, 2018 I was seeing a therapist 3 times a week. That just wasn't working for me. That made me feel weak at first. I should be able to handle this myself. You know, I should be able to figure it out. But now, I kind of look forward to going and talking to her. She's like she talks to me like a normal person. She'll cuss and say things and laugh and joke. So it's very easy to talk to her about it. But I don't know how much it truly helps. You know, it's nice to talk about it. But sometimes I revert to back to like what's easy. And it's easy not to feel things sometimes. And it's easy to try to ignore what's going on. And then there's days where it's like I have the highest highs and the lowest lows. And little things can affect that. If I do good at work, I have a good day. If I do bad at work, I'm the worst person. Like, I can't win anything. Like, I can't get anything done. So that'll probably be a lifelong thing, battling with that and trying to level it out.
Got to learn to love yourself. And you spent so much time trying to hear it from somebody else that you were good enough. You're jacked, you're sexy, you're a great dad, you're handsome, you're a great business owner. All of those things, and look where it led you.
Right.
You're still not happy with who you are.
Right. Yeah. And it's hard to, believe any of those things because I'll be 32 years old and I have failed and restarted in my 20s more times than I can count. So, I can't say, look at me, right? I can look at these failures as a lesson, but my mind doesn't work that way. I lost my business because I didn't do good at it.
Do you think you're viewing success maybe in the wrong way? How do you view success? If you looked up that word in the dictionary with your picture next to it, say Vinnie is successful, what does that mean?
I can describe that a successful life that I'm very simple. I always say that I want a nice house. I want a house, a couple toys, and I don't need all the money in the world. I need to know my daughter's okay, and I need to know that I'm taken care of. Success can be anything. Like success can be raising my daughter properly. Success could be having a healthy relationship. I don't view money as success. I have a very bad relationship with money. I don't care about it. You know, I have always found a way to pay a bill. I have always found a way. I'm still going. Even if I've had help from my parents, but I've made it work on nothing. So it's money isn't the thing that I view as success. I'll be successful when I can look at myself and be pleased with what I see. And that doesn't even matter what my surroundings look like. I could be in a shack and be like, you know what? You made it through all that, and you're here.
Do you think you need to be humbled to feel like you've found happiness?
Well, what can be humbling? Because I was humbled when I lost my business. I was humbled when this girl left. Selling cars, I get humbled when someone tells me no, walks out. I don't want to take much more beat down, you know?
Yeah. I guess
I'm shown left and right that I'm not the man. You know? My first bodybuilding show, I took overall. My second, I was like dead last. You know? I know I'm not the best, but I am my own worst enemy. This necklace right here, this says only I can kill me. Anybody can kill me, but that's not what I'm talking about. I am in my own way with everything. I can't get out of my way. I probably need to humble myself. You know, I've had enough outer humbling.
Yeah.
I think that's a sit-down conversation that you have with you, you know?
It's almost like you need to make your own self miserable and take away things that you enjoy rather than have others do it for you.
Yeah. That's my day-to-day.
Yeah. You said earlier it's exhausting. It sounds exhausting.
It's exhausting. When this girl left, I was not okay. I was crying. I would come home to the house where all of our stuff was, and it's all gone. I told my mom on the porch of her house, tears in my eyes, and I told her, I'm tired. And she knows what that means. I'm tired. I'm done. I don't want to be here. So ever since that day, every morning at 8:30 in the morning, she calls me. And this broke my heart because she told me she calls me because she's not sure if she's going to wake up and have a son. And that makes you feel like a piece of shit. I'm putting that worry on my mom. The stress of that. I couldn't imagine if my daughter was suicidal. She would never leave my side.
Mm-mm.
And when I get that call every morning, I'm driving to work, and she calls. She just 2-minute phone call. How'd you sleep? How are you doing? How do you feel? I love you. And here's what success is. To get to the point to where my parents don't have to worry about their son.
You feel like a burden, don't you?
Yeah. I don't want them to have to worry about what's going on with me. I would love to be able to take care of them.
What's that going to take? Because you're doing it to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I am. Yeah.
No
what
one's
does-
making you view yourself like this.
Right.
You're in your own way.
Yeah.
Got to get out of your own way. And that's a big thing to get out of the way.
It's gonna destroy a lot before it gets better, and I'm seeing it.
Is that what you're afraid of? Is it the destruction that's going to occur before things get better?
Yeah, because I just like I told you, I would say, how am I gonna fuck this up? I think that you bring things to life when that's what you think about. And when the opportunity arose, I found a way to fuck it up. Pretty scary. Rock bottom is a very humbling place.
Do you feel like you've seen that?
Several times. But I think there's a rock bottom to a rock bottom to a rock bottom. And I feel like I'm climbing, but that's to that last rock bottom. And then I'm climbing from that one to the other rock bottom.
It's almost like you're not learning from your rock bottom.
No, and you feel like you do. Whenever it happens, you're like...
Because you got out of it.
Right.
So you assume
It's a complacency.
that you learned something.
Right. It's complacency. It's when things get really bad, you see people get a motivation to not be like that anymore, or to not live that life anymore. But then it becomes easy, and you start to revert back to that. Life is a constant. You got to constantly be moving forward, and it's very, very easy to slip, stumble, fall, and to become. It's like going in the negative, to where it becomes too tiring to try to fight back to zero. I think that's where I'm at. It's very tiring to get back to baseline. And that could be, I don't lean on anybody. My circle is so small, I can count them on one hand. And I don't know how to change that.
You're probably afraid to let people in.
Very much. And that letting this last girl in as much as I did kind of solidified that. Because she used that when she left. She was contacting my ex-wife saying, she was like, he beats your daughter.
Oh my God.
She put me on this website for women that, like, you know, watch out for this guy or whatever. She had everyone thinking that I'm some abusive person. And mind you, it looks horrible. She's a 4'11", 120-pound girl. It's like, if you want to say that, people are going to believe you. Mm-hmm. And this was the first time where I let her talk. I didn't respond to anything. I let it run its course, and it stopped. So I guess that's a growth for me. Whereas I would have made people think myself that that's what I am because I got angry and I responded and I said something. But I let her speak her truth, and it just died.
It's like every day of your life you're trying to prove yourself. Every day.
Yeah. I got something to prove.
Even for relationships that ended 7 years ago.
Yeah. Yep.
You'd do anything for your daughter, right?
I would die for her.
What if she was sitting in your seat and she lived the life that you lived what would you say to her to make her feel like she's good enough?
That's hard. Because I watched my mom do it with me.
Did you believe your mom when she told you the things that she told you?
No.
You're in your way, dude.
I don't believe her when she says it, but like I said, I also know my heart. You know, it's... And that's so backwards. I believe in my heart, but I don't believe her when she's telling me these things about me. Because I also don't have anything to look back on and say, you know what, you're right. Especially like how recent this breakup is. You can't tell me I'm a good man if this girl didn't see it. She left, you know? So how am I going to believe it?
It's not all or nothing, Vinny.
Yeah.
You know, you're not perfect, but I think you demand perfection.
Yeah.
You said you're 0 or 100.
I'm either in or I'm out.
That's not life.
Yeah.
Just because you're not 100 doesn't mean that you're not 99.
Right.
Even if you're 51, you're good enough.
Yeah.
You got to find that gray area.
Yeah.
You haven't forgiven yourself yet. It's obvious.
No, there's moments that I have forgiven, but in a whole, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't. I'd say that whole chunk that I forgave myself for this action. I forgave myself for doing this. But until this is all forgiven. Yeah.
You got to learn to take your own advice. You said you would do anything to help someone else.
Mm-hmm.
If I just confessed all of the things that you just did, you would be giving me advice right now.
Yeah.
Saying what I need to do. Don't beat yourself up. Get out of your own way. You need to look in the mirror and tell yourself those things and believe it.
Yeah. Just conversations with myself. There was I used to film myself talking, just saying what's on my mind, and I would watch myself just talk to myself, you know?
Yeah.
Because I can give some damn good advice, you know?
Yeah.
I can. I have it in me. And I think it's because of everything that has happened. I've seen how bad things can get. And I'm still here. I'm talking to you. I didn't go anywhere. You know, eventually I want to be able to say that I've made it, you know? No matter what was going on. No matter, I have to be stronger than my mind if I'm still here.
It's obvious. But that's still not good enough for you.
It's not good enough yet. And that can either lead me to success or be my downfall. It's all depending on how I harness it, what I do with it. Because I can strive for perfection and fall short, but know that I tried. Or I can strive for perfection, fall short, and say I failed.
Does failure scare you?
Yeah.
Even if you're going to learn something from it?
It's still scary. Because sometimes failure means a loss of stability. That's scary. And it starts you to look at your self-worth sometimes.
I was just going to say, I think failure means something to you that's different than most.
Yeah.
It's the self-worth thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's deep. Strength and stories.
Yeah. I'm a fixer, man. Like, I'm an engineer, right? I'm a very analytical person. I feel like I can fix most problems, whether it's a physical problem, plumbing, electricity, fix a car, which I just did with my son this morning, or fix someone's problem.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix yours.
It's tough, and I don't know if it's not anybody else's thing to fix.
No.
So I wouldn't expect you to. It's nice to be here and talk to you about it. It's nice to be here and let it out and let other people hear it. But I'm not expecting anybody to reach out and try to fix it. When I get into a relationship, I don't expect them to fix me.
Would you let them? That's the question.
No, because I would say the last one tried. I was king to her. I was on a pedestal. I just heard a video. I'm not a very religious person, but they say when you hold someone in your heart is the throne. When they sit on that throne that's only meant for a higher power, for God, God pushes them away. They push them out because that's his seat. And that resonated with me because she was everything, you know? And to her, I was everything. And that kind of made us crumble. Neither of us could live up to the expectation of what we saw each other to be. So the moment that I stumbled, the moment I showed an emotion that was... Mine usually come out as angry or frustrated or something like that. Unless I'm by myself, I'll cry in the car if a song comes on, you know? So the easiest one to show, and the one that always rears its head is, you know, it's anger and frustration. And for a 21-year-old, it's probably scary. She doesn't need that problem. She can go be a 21-year-old, you know?
Yeah.
And I also didn't resonate with her 21-year-old because my 21-year-old was a married father.
Yeah. Different worlds.
Very
man.
different. So it's tough. I don't know how to fix me yet.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that the effort that it's going to take, I hate to say fix you.
Yeah.
Because that makes you sound broken.
Right.
Which is a terrible thing to say about somebody. We all need work.
Yeah.
I hope the effort that it takes to work on yourself doesn't make you feel like you are weak beyond how you view it now.
Right.
Because that's not the case. You've given plenty of examples of how you've overcome things. But I don't think you're listening to yourself when you say it.
Yeah.
You haven't validated that for yourself yet.
How would you do that?
I don't know.
It's tough.
You gave your definition of success.
Yeah.
What are you still missing of what that definition was?
Having people not have to worry about me.
And you admit that that's your problem.
Yeah. I have to... The prove thing again. I have to prove that you don't have to worry about me. I have to prove that I can stand on my own 2 feet. I have to prove that I'm okay. Yeah, I'm not a happy person most days, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, my brother had told me, this was years ago, he said he doesn't recognize me anymore. Not just physically, but I used to be happy-go-lucky.
You were the class clown.
Laughing. Nothing was serious. And now, he didn't see me laugh anymore. He didn't even want to talk to me anymore. I was very boring to talk to. I don't have much to say. One-word answers. Very to the point, direct. No more joking. But now I kind of take goofiness as a mask. I'm going to laugh and I'm going to joke. I'm going to make jokes and make other people laugh. Because if I'm serious, I'm afraid of myself. I'm afraid of myself when I'm angry. That was a huge part. When I went from being angry all the time, I gave myself like a PTSD. I'm, for a lack of any better term, I'm afraid of the dark. When it's nighttime, it's quiet. It's probably why I don't sleep, because I have to be on my phone. I have to watch TV. There has to be noise. Because the moment it's quiet, I can relive everything like it's happening now.
You're in your thoughts all the time.
All the time. And the moment I find myself getting angry, and this what was really hard, and even to portray to my ex-girlfriend, I'm not angry at you. I'm pissed off at myself that I can't stop myself from saying what I'm saying or acting how I'm acting. That's another I'm so hard on myself when it comes to emotions and how I handle them. Everybody handles them different, and I can't accept the way that I handle mine. You know, I'm not graceful with it, but if we're arguing, I'm not fighting with you. I don't see you. I'm not fighting with you. I'm fighting with me. I've never said that out loud to myself. I am fighting me. I am in my head saying, stop. Stop talking. Listen. Hear her. Hear them. Hear whatever's happening. And I am battling myself.
Why can't you get yourself to do it?
Because in the moment, I don't see that. I see you as the enemy. When we would argue, she's out to get me. I live very paranoid. Not as so much now, but I live very... I don't like crowds. It's hard to be in a restaurant. Even when I'm in with my therapist, she asks me all the time what's wrong. I'm constantly looking at the door. I'm looking out the window. Like, I'm very paranoid that somebody wants to hurt me. And I don't know where that comes from. Even like walking in public, I ignore it a lot now. But she would notice everybody that looked at me, double took, turn around to look, do something. I used to think that, I don't know what they're thinking. I'm abrasive to look at. But sometimes maybe it's a good thing. But I always saw it as, I need to keep my eyes on you now. What are you going to do? No one's ever hurt me. But I think somebody is going to hurt me, you know?
That is the inner Vinnie coming out. You're always afraid of who you're going to hurt next.
Yeah.
So you assume that everyone wants to hurt you next.
Yeah, I don't know what to like stop me. You know? I don't know what it is. And I don't have a reason to feel that way.
But even admitting it to the world.
Yeah.
And being able to prepare your mind for the next situation where this comes about, are you going to learn from this admittance?
Right now I can tell you yes, but when it's in the moment, what do I do? You know? It's like I said, unzipping yourself and stepping out and looking at it. Why is this person looking at me? Oh, maybe they're impressed by something. Maybe they like a tattoo. Or maybe they're like, what the fuck did this dude do to his head? You know? Whatever it is. I'd like to tell you that I don't care what people think.
No, you do.
But it does, it affects you. When this was an old man that sent this message to my GM. And he said he was off-put by my presence. I saw him looking at me. He wasn't even my customer. I saw him looking at me. You know what all I wanted to do was tell him? All I wanted to tell him was, you got a nice Corvette outside. So I was looking at him for like, oh, maybe I could say it now. But he always looked off-put. And she defended me to him. She said, you know, I get what he looks like, but you didn't have a conversation with him. He's a veteran. He's a father. He's a really good man. He's good at his job. And you didn't take the time to talk to him. That bugs me. Even when I had my shop, it was very hard to get female customers. They were afraid of me. And that's why I don't even take the time to talk to girls now. They probably view me as someone as an asshole or scary or. Here's what I picture. I was like, would you want to bring me home to your parents? Because what's your dad going to think?
Yeah.
If my daughter brought me home to me, we're going to have a problem.
I get that.
It says to hell I go on the side of my head, you know? So to me, that screams, I don't give a fuck. But really what it means, it's the name of the bull in a Zach Bryan song. You know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of tough. I have to see me. I wish I could see me through my mom's eyes. I'll say it that. Or I wish I could see me through how my ex saw me at the beginning and throughout the whole relationship. I wish I could see that. That's where like I don't know if it's me being humble or me inflicting pain on myself by not accepting that. I know I'm a good guy. If I would take a bullet for a stranger,
I know you would.
I'll run into that fire. I look for stuff like that, you know? And it's not a hero complex. I don't want someone to be afraid or suffer. But who's doing that for me? Do I expect somebody to, or should I be that?
You would do anything to help somebody else, but you're not going to do everything to help yourself.
Yeah. And sometimes in a relationship, that kind of feels selfish. I would be afraid to tell her, like, I don't think we should hang out this weekend. I don't feel okay. I wouldn't be good for you if we hung out this weekend. I feel like that would get bad feedback. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to make someone feel like I don't want to be around you. Which isn't true.
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it's hard to do that to people. And then it makes you're not giving your best self at that point. You know?
You're misunderstood on both sides of the fence. By others and by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every day of your life, you're misunderstood.
I don't recognize myself a lot, you know?
Yeah.
I was just talking to someone. I was like, I had a picture of me 10 years ago and a picture of me now. I was like, man, I age like a banana. I was like, I don't look like I used to look. My face looks different, and the tattoos. I don't regret a single tattoo, and I have a lot of cover-ups of this is an X, this is an X, here's an X, here's an X. I don't regret any of them. You know, it's all. I don't hide any of them. I don't care if people sees them. You know, but I don't recognize the person that used to be happy. I don't recognize the person that used to be carefree. I feel like he's gone, and I feel like I covered him up. He's suffocating. Just like my sleep apnea. I suffocate at night. He's in there. He can't breathe.
But I almost feel like you're afraid to let him out again.
I view him as weak.
But he's not.
He's probably stronger than I have ever been.
Right.
And I say that because nothing could bother me. You know?
How ironic. The physically weak was so mentally strong and stable. And now you're so physically strong, but you're mentally as weak as you've ever been.
Mm-hmm. I think I don't want to blame it on anything. It's hard to blame it on anything, actually. Because I circumstances and things that happened, it came from that. It came from leaning so hard into a drug that made it to where I didn't have to worry about what's on my mind. And I think in the developing stage of becoming a man in my early 20s, it took away my ability to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
And it's weird that I'm in love with the thing that kind of caused it all, because now it's my saving grace. I told you I trained before I came here. I don't think I would have been able to talk to you as well if I didn't get that done. You know? A lot of people say they're at the gym and they're able to shut everything off and not have to think about anything else but what they're doing. But that is where I don't really listen to music. I have headphones in, but it's I'm listening to either people talking, podcasts, or I'm talking with myself. And there are times where I've started to tear up in a set. You know, it was hard, and I made it through. it. It has helped me more than any therapist, any words from anybody else. It is the constant from the time I was 14 when I started to get into it serious till now. It has been the constant thing.
It's always there for you. It's never judging you.
Doesn't lie to you.
Doesn't lie to you. Always makes you feel stronger.
Mm-hmm.
What's not to love?
Because how much better do you feel when you get out of there? Even if you didn't feel like going.
You never
walk
regret
out,
it.
You feel a lot better.
Yep.
My best workouts have been when I've been exhausted, tired, or hurting, and I walk out. Even if it wasn't a 100% workout, I feel a lot better. And a lot of people, like, my dad's finally coming around to that. When I'm not okay, he says, get to the gym. He never used to say that. He used to think that I'm putting all my effort into this and it's making me lack in everything else. But I'll tell you this. My first show, my parents came. Both my sisters came. My one sister flew from Colorado with her husband. My daughter was there. My girlfriend was there. I have videos on my phone. You can hear her screaming with pride. And that makes me sad. Like, I had that, you know? And I saw pride in my father. I heard him say, "That's my boy." And it's been a long time since I heard that. And he knows that I'm taking stuff to do this, where before it was he hated that I did it. But I'm, having Matt, I'm a lot smarter with it. I'm doing it for a reason. I'm not overdoing it. I take very, very little. But he saw me up there. The confidence. Dude, the moment I stepped on that stage, I had no fear. I was ready. And man, was he proud. When I stepped off from the first, I went out with novice and I stepped off the stage. And he looked at me and he said, "If you're not winning, I'm killing those judges." Because it was, especially the novice class, it was,
Yeah.
I blew that out of the water. I've been doing this for a long time. So it's my first show, but I've been doing it for 15 years.
Yeah.
I've been ready. And that was my first reassurance in myself that this isn't steroids, because I went from 235 to 184. I lost 50 some pounds and I looked bigger than I did at 235. I built something. I built what I am. Yeah. Steroids helped. Steroids destroyed. But I built this. And he saw that. That was the first time I felt like he didn't think that me loving this is a joke. And he asked me, when's the next show? What's the next one you're doing? And when I went for my first show to nationals. And I thought I could win my pro card. And I felt like I let him down again. Because he saw me up there. And this was where the relationship was hard, because we were having arguments that were affecting me in prep. And she left the day before I was supposed to go to Ohio to do another show. And I stepped down from that one. And the last show I did was, Matt told me, we need a win. You need a win. You need to refocus. Says, I know it sucks. You don't have closure. She left you, but you need a win. And even though I got second, I felt good about myself. The guy that beat me was, 10 pounds heavier. He was bigger. He was more prepared. I had a shorter prep. But I gave my all again. And that felt really good. But it felt good to have the validation from my dad that this isn't a joke for me. Like, he was always a big dude. He was always into lifting weights. That's why I wanted to look like he looked. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, how much I loved it was always weird to him, And this was the first time that it wasn't. He looked up on that stage, the pride, he was standing and clapping. I hear his voice over everybody's in the crowd. It's a deep Italian voice, it's yeah. I could pick him out of anywhere if he's talking.
Yeah.
And that's all I heard. And that felt really, really good.
Well, you probably just didn't understand it.
It's very hard to understand, too.
It is. It's a very extreme sport.
It's very hard to talk about with people.
Yeah.
I really don't talk about bodybuilding.
Well, yeah, because that's just going to solidify your image.
Yeah.
So it's almost probably like you just want to avoid the conversation entirely.
I don't consider myself a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Because like you said, Instagram. I look on Instagram and I'm like, these dudes look like bodybuilders, right? And I don't see it. Even with a trophy, I don't see it.
Even with a pro card, you probably wouldn't see it.
Yeah. So is this a good thing to chase, or is it a bad thing to chase? Or am I going to learn in this journey of chasing that, one, this is where I'm meant to be, or that I'm good enough?
It's the why you're doing it that's going to give you that answer.
Yeah.
If you're doing it to be the best in the world, totally different answer than if it's to distract you from reality, right, or give you peace. Those are extremes.
Yeah.
So which one is it?
Bodybuilding reminds me of the structure that I had in the military. If I'm left to my own devices, I'm probably going to do the wrong thing 9 times out of 10. So this gives me that structure back. Why do I want to be a bodybuilder? Why do I love competing? So on that stage, whether I win or lose, it's because of me. I can't point my finger at Matt and say, oh, dude, you fucked this up. You didn't do good for me. He does everything right for me. He knows my body better than I know my body. So I can't blame him. As much as I would love to blame my ex for all the arguments that were happening before shows and during and all this stuff, can't blame her. So that's the ultimate me versus me up there. That's Vinnie fighting Vinnie. And that gives me a level head. I'm home up there, The process of getting to that stage, while it sucks and it's grueling, I'm used to the suck. I'm used to stress. I'm used to it being hard. I kind of thrive in it. So I guess, why do I want it?
I think you need it.
I do need it.
I think it saved your life in some ways. Yeah, it destroyed it because of your abuse of PEDs. Mm-hmm. But without it, it's kind of scary to know where you'd be today, if you'd even be here today, if you didn't have that coping mechanism. You know what I mean?
It is, and it feels like weird to, like, when I hear other people talk about the gym, I'm like, oh, that sounds cringy, I'm like, just stop, because it almost sounds like when you're talking to other people about it, it sounds braggy, But that's what it is. It's a saving grace for a lot of people. I'm sure for you as well.
Church. It's church.
It is. And because I've tried to go to church. I don't fit in a church.
Yeah. Church hasn't worked for me either.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have to find other ways to focus my negative energy or my anxiety and my stress.
Right.
And the gym's a great place to do it.
How do you handle it other than that? Do you keep busy and distract yourself, or?
Dude, that's all I do.
Right.
I have 3 jobs.
Yeah.
I have a 9 to 5. I have a personal training business, and I have this podcast.
Yeah.
And then in addition to that, I'm trying to become a really good drummer.
Oh, really?
I drum in like a cover band.
Awesome.
And I'm always trying to improve. So I might start taking lessons.
Yeah.
To like, just because I'm self-taught. I don't know how to stop.
Do you view that as, you're not hiding from anything, but it's, I mean, you're obviously doing things that you like to do, right?
I love to do all of them.
Yeah.
There's a point where you can burn yourself out, though, and that happened to me. Actually, my girlfriend and I just talked about this last night. 2 years ago, I was at that burnout phase, and she recognized it, and she planned a trip for us to go away for a weekend. She's like, you need to get out of town. We need to get away.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, I lost focus on my relationship and my family. Because I was trying so hard to prove myself to myself.
Yeah.
How much can I fit in 24 hours? And if I couldn't do it, I was a failure.
Yeah.
We are the same person, dude. I mean, sure, there's some details that are not aligned, but
Right.
generally, yeah, we're battling the same battles every single day. I'm so afraid of being viewed as being lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Laziness is my biggest pet peeve. Can't stand lazy people. So I'm constantly battling someone possibly thinking I'm lazy.
Right.
So what do? I stay busy. How can someone think I'm lazy when I'm doing all of these things? Am I doing it for myself? Yeah. Is it 100% for myself? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Always proving myself
Yeah.
to the world, because I never got that as a kid. My parents loved me unconditionally. They never made me feel like I wasn't good enough. But I never got attention.
Right.
Never got the attention I wanted. I was always second place.
Yeah.
My friends were always getting the girls that I wanted,
Mm-hmm.
even though I was the nicer guy,
Yeah.
the smarter guy, doing their homework, brushing their fucking hair in class. I did those things,
Yeah.
thinking that's what girls wanted. But no, that's not.
Seems
So,
like that's changing a little bit, though, huh? Maybe.
as far as,
Seems like people look for the more genuine, soft, kind person. Right?
nice guys aren't finishing last anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's hard when you don't look like the nice guy.
Yeah. But it's not your job to get people to view yourself a certain way,
Right.
because you're never going to win.
No. Haven't yet.
Nope. Think about it. If you're 130 pounds like you used to be, people are going to judge you at that point too. They're going to think you're a pushover, you're weak,
Yeah.
you're a softy, you're a pussy. Fill in the blank.
Yeah.
So, okay. You're going to be judged that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you took it to the extreme. It's not your job to get other people to love you for who you are,
Right.
you know?
I think to a certain point, it keeps me from putting myself out there as well.
Yeah.
If I see a pretty girl, I won't go talk to her.
Because you think they're immediately going to put you in a category.
Yeah.
Can you blame them?
No. Everything that you see, I did to me.
Right.
And I know that. But it's also like, I don't think I should give that problem to anybody else, you know? I don't want to put that on anybody.
But you're only thinking that because you haven't got that first place trophy yet
Yeah.
when it comes to relationships. You haven't proven that you can win at relationships yet.
Right.
So you just assume you're going to finish last.
You almost don't trust myself with it yet. And as much as I want to say, like, if she gave me the chance to talk to her and apologize, can I say for 100% certainty that everything would be different from that point on? And why is that? You know, it's because the things that bother me haven't changed yet. And I don't know how to, it's always going to be something that bothers me, but how I handle it, how do I change that? How do I handle when I don't get to talk to my daughter for a couple nights in a row? I can't control it.
Nope.
I bought her a phone. I made sure she always has it. I did what I could. And if I don't hear from her, I either have to blame my ex-wife for not letting her talk to me or accept the excuse that she was tired, she was busy.
You said it, dude. The word acceptance was just going through my head that whole time you were talking. You're looking for someone to accept you for who you are, and then you're still waiting to accept yourself for who you are.
Right.
You haven't found either of them yet.
No, and you know what the funny thing about bodybuilding, if I want somebody to accept me, I want you to strip me down and see me at a vulnerable state. On a stage, you are in your underwear, in front of a crowd of people at your most vulnerable state.
Yep.
No matter how good you look, you're naked in front of people.
Yep.
I like that about that whole aspect. You know, it's funny. Dave Palumbo was at the first show and he was doing interviews. The first thing he asked me, 1, was about my legs. 2, what the hell is that tattoo on the side of your head? So even then, being naked, showcasing what I did, the question is, what did you do? What'd you do to yourself?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And everybody wants me to cover it up, and I probably won't. You know? It's a choice that I made to get. I know the meaning behind it, and it's a conversation starter for the most part.
Yeah. People are going to accept it or they're not.
Exactly, and I've dealt with both.
Well, I'm going to accept the fact that you might break my arm right now.
Don't set your expectations too high.
Oh my gosh. Well, I did have Dougie on here, and it was a good fight.
Was it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy, your hands are getting a lot bigger.
Oh,
You have
boy.
to pull me close to you.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Vinny, I'm going to ask you a question
Okay.
as we do this.
When do we start?
I'm going to count to 3 on this one. Typically, I let my guests start when they feel like they want to start, but
Okay.
I feel like I need to have a handle on this situation. 1, 2, go. Okay. I'm not going to be able to ask you a question.
Ask me something.
Vinny, what would you tell childhood Vinny today with everything you've been through? Okay.
Holy shit. What would I tell him?
Yep.
I wish I could sit with him like he's my daughter. I would say to him what I tell my daughter whenever she's scared, whenever she's crying or sad. And I tell her that everything is okay. And that I'll never let anything happen to you. I would protect myself like I would protect her. The little kid with all these dreams of being in the military, being a Marine, being whatever I wanted to be. Because I think that's all I look for is safety, just to know everything's going to be all right.
Well, that little kid's still in there.
Yeah.
And it's your job to protect him.
Yeah.
And you're not.
I'm not. I fail myself a lot of the times, and I see it. It's the definition of insanity. I see it happen every time. I could tell you, I could go back to everything that has happened and tell you if I made the right turn instead of the left turn, things would be so much different. But then there's times where I look at that and be like, well, if that didn't happen that way, I wouldn't be here. Like when I was with that girl, if I didn't fuck up everything up to that point, I would have never met you. But now I'm past that and I'm like, how did I get to this point? You know?
Yeah.
It's just a constant. And nobody has ever been Vincenzo Yocolano. Ever. It's my book. And as fucked up as some of the pages are, no one's ever done it before. While my dad tries to steer me in different directions, my life isn't his life. How, they created me. This is what they got. You can tell me what's right and what's wrong all day long. I learn the hard way. I learn from things not going so well. Yeah. And I say learn, but I still fuck up in the same ways a lot of the times. But it could be worse.
Always.
It could be worse.
You got a lot of blank pages in that book.
Mm-hmm.
Who's holding the pen?
I'm holding that pen.
So you got to go back and read
Right.
everything you've been through and actually soak it in.
Yeah.
And then keep writing.
There's a long period of time where I was afraid to look back on that stuff. I wouldn't even look at pictures on my phone because they would bring me back to a certain point, I would ignore it. And that's why I felt like I was so ready for a new relationship, because I was just ignoring everything that happened before that. And I was like, I'm okay. I do what I have to do. I go home. I'm happy. I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
Just, I don't have to worry about someone else's emotions or what they got going on, It's a tough place to be sometimes.
Does it feel good to talk about it?
Very good. Because this will be something that I can look back and watch, and just like I told you, I'd film myself talking. I can hear myself with all this, and feedback from you, and it'll be beneficial for myself.
Once you watch yourself enough, it's almost like you're not watching yourself anymore.
Right.
It's like you're watching somebody else. When I watch back all of these episodes, I'm not watching me talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just watching a show.
Is it like you're watching someone's podcast? Like
It's like I'm not even watching
Right.
myself. It's really weird.
Mm-hmm.
The first few episodes, I'm like critiquing everything I'm doing.
Right.
Like, oh my God, I can't believe I asked that question, or why did I say like so many times, or why did I say
Yeah.
But now I'm just watching two people have a conversation. And eventually, once you listen to yourself enough, hopefully you'll actually kind of step out,
Yeah.
right? And just view yourself like it's not even you, and be able to give yourself constructive criticism and learn from it.
And I'm sure this has helped you a lot, as like how you say you see a lot of me, a lot of you and me. So it like, even listening back to it, you're probably getting things like things that take away from it. It's like, oh my God, that's what I do. Or
100%.
right.
But I'm also in the same boat as you,
Mm-hmm.
where, I can give people advice, but I can't take my own.
Right.
And it's like I heard that twice over now. Like,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And it's really strange. It's like an outer body experience.
Yeah.
Is it going to work this time? I hope it at least makes me aware. The next time I'm in a situation where I feel a situation that I might have reacted a certain way, before, at least having this conversation will maybe change the way I handle things.
Okay.
And if that happens, then I've won,
Yeah.
right? I hope it does the same for you.
I think it will. It feels good to get things off. Like I told you, I spend a whole day talking, but not talking about anything of substance. I just want to sell you a car. You know?
You're putting on an act.
It is. It's every smile. There's nothing behind it. You know?
Yeah. It has a deliberate purpose.
Yeah. I have to smile. Or people think I'm pissed. My relaxed face, I have no idea why this eyebrow goes up and I just stare. And I'm told this constantly. If I'm at work and I don't have anybody in front of me, everyone's constantly telling me to like fix
You have
yourself.
RBF.
Yeah, very bad.
Yeah.
And it's just like I just stare off into the distance. I'm not even there. And almost every day, like a woman was like this. I was walking out to put a car away, and my coworker, he was like, "Hey, Vinnie, come here." He's like, "You need a hug today?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll give you a hug." And that was because the woman in the car was saying, "He's scary." He's like, "No, he's not." He's like, "Watch this.
Watch. Give me a
Watch
hug.
this."
Oh my God. Like they had a side bet.
Yeah, I was like, she walked in and she was like, "I'm sorry, but you look so intimidating." And I was like, "I'm so sorry." I feel bad. I was like, I do not want you to fear me. Nobody should fear me. I'm not going to do anything to anybody, you know? And I just apologized to her and she goes, "Oh my God, no, it's okay." She's like, you just look different. I was like, not amongst the people that I hang around, you know, or the
Because they know who you are.
right.
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel like I'm any different than really anybody. I found something I like, and that's what I look like, you know. So if it's off-putting, it's off-putting.
Yeah.
If it's not your thing, it's not your thing.
Yeah.
And I'm truly at the point, and I can say this honestly, that you can think what you want. I invite you to talk to me. I invite you to see me with my daughter.
Yeah.
She's the only person on this planet that can grab me by my beard and say, "Shut up." You know?
Yeah.
She says some disrespectful things to me. I'm like, if you saw that, and that's what sucks with courts and even with my ex-wife, every time I drop my daughter off, she sees her crying and holding on to me and begging to be with me. If that doesn't speak volumes, as much as people want to, make people think my daughter's afraid of me, that I hurt my daughter, watch one time. And you will see the hard candy shell fall off, the walls fall down, and you will see 130-pound Vinnie.
Yeah.
In an instant. That was good about having a daughter. I feel like if I didn't have her, you're almost lost. You don't truly learn how to be a man until you raise a daughter.
Yeah. She broke you down
Yeah.
without even trying.
Didn't even know it. From the moment she came out, I was wrapped around her tiny finger 10 times over.
You just got to let more people do that.
Yeah.
You got to trust more people to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing sometimes.
Sure. Wow, man. That was good.
I enjoyed it.
Good. Do you have any questions before we close?
No, I'm thankful for this experience. Thank you for reading my message and wanting to have me on. Coming into this, I was pretty nervous because I was like, what does my life mean to anybody? What is someone going to get from my shit? But thank you for wanting to hear it.
Like I said, it takes a lot of strength to sit there and be vulnerable,
Mm-hmm.
especially as a man. Who would have thought that we were going to be so alike?
Right.
You helped the host of the show, let alone whoever else is watching this.
Right.
Right? So, you know, yes, you're going to be helping somebody. Yes, there's some value outside of, oh, it's just my life. What does that mean to anybody else? I mean, you already helped one person. So, and you did mention you have a very tight friend circle.
Very, very small. There are 3 people that would get the shirt off my back.
Well, I also have a tight friend circle. I'm almost 47, and it gets smaller by the year.
You're 47.
I'll be 47 next month.
Good job.
Thanks, man.
Good job.
I still can fucking beat you in arm wrestling.
Good job.
How embarrassing would it have been if you lost to a 47-year-old?
See, that could go. It's almost like fighting an old man. And see, you're damned if you do, if you're damned if you don't.
Right.
Win, you know?
Do you feel bad now that you beat me?
I was gonna say, I was
Respect your elders.
I was gonna say, I was like, man, I wish I didn't win. Like, this is your show. And
No. You're only the second person that's beat me
Really?
out of 82. Bastard. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess I'm going to go to the gym after this. But no, seriously, dude, I appreciate it. Let's keep in touch.
Most definitely.
We are like-minded. We're struggling with the same shit. And I think we could help each other. So
I appreciate that. I don't tend to put myself around people. You're in a position I would love to be in, you know? Whether you think you are or not, you are, like I said when I walked in here, you got a beautiful home, you know? I want to surround myself with, and I need to do that more. I need to surround myself with more people, more like-minded people that are ahead of me, people where I want to be, instead of going the easy way of just either being alone or just being around whatever shitbags walking around.
I admitted to a friend of mine about a week ago, we actually gave him one of our cars. He was in need. We gave him a car because it felt like the right thing to do. And I did admit to him after we transferred the title, I said, I've been keeping you at a distance because we're not living the same lifestyle. We have different goals. And I didn't want you to affect my life in a negative way. Take that however you want to take it. Be criticized, hate me for it, whatever. I'm just being honest with you. I couldn't fully let you in.
Right.
So I kept you at a distance. And he was like, I understand why you did.
Yeah.
He's in a much better place now. To the fact that, you know, we felt the deed to give them a car would only continue to better his life and his opportunities and whatever it may be. But yeah, man, you got to be careful who you let in. And being in a room with more successful people, you're in the right room.
Right.
If you're the most successful person in that room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
So I am honored that you view that about me. And
I do.
You view me like that because I'm the insecure Vinnie deep down that I'm not good enough.
Right.
And I'm not doing enough things. So that means a lot to me. I appreciate that.
This was an awesome experience for me, and I look forward to, you know, just continuing it with you.
Yeah. Let's make sure it happens.
Most definitely.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you.
Watch one of these episodes because it's going to be good. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next episode of Barbells and Bourbon. Peace. Fuck, dude.